No one teaches this. Today, we're going to show you exactly how to spot and stop the client revenue leaks that sabotage your growth. Maybe you've heard of this term called leaky bucket, and you're like, what the heck is that? As a therapist, it's okay. You're not trained to know what that means. Breaking it down in simple terms, you have money sitting on the table and not taking advantage of it. Most practices, they don't need more leads. All the time, we're saying, like, I just need more clients. I need more clients. But what if I told you that there are some silent losses happening with your caseload? Maybe clients are ghosting and never rebooking, no shows are happening and you're unable to follow up, or people are saying, yeah, I'll schedule later, and then they never come back. You've got leads who DM you, but you don't respond to them on time, or you can't convert them into a paying client. Maybe there's more missed messages, or you have possibly an email that you just copy and paste and send out to a client, but it just never happens. Maybe you've heard of this term called leaky bucket, and you're like, what the heck is that? As a therapist, it's okay. You're not trained to know what that means. Breaking it down in simple terms, you have money sitting on the table and you're not taking advantage of it. Most practices, they don't need more leads. All the time, we're saying, like, I just need more clients. I need more clients. But what if I told you that there are silent losses happening with your caseload? Clients are ghosting and never rebooking, no shows are happening, and you're unable to follow up. People are saying, yeah, I'll schedule later, and then they never come back. I totally get it, because being a therapist, there's always things to do. And you would much rather be focusing on your clients rather than doing admin work. But at the end of the day, you still have to make a sustainable living. So, with this leaky bucket concept, think about it like you're pouring water into a bucket with holes. And in today's video, we're going to talk about some ideas, tips, and tricks to start filling those holes so that you're no longer losing money or leaving money on the table. And that's why I have partnered with my business coach, Caroline, who has dramatically changed things in my practice.
Hi. So, Erin, that was excellent. And I really love this. You and I have been working on this for quite a few weeks now, trying to put all this information together because you have been building out some amazing automations. And I'm so excited because today we're going to discuss them. But I really want to touch on, I'm Caroline Balinska, by the way, and I've been working in marketing for over 20 years. And I know, Erin, you've been in private practice for many years yourself as well, and you've jumped
Yes.
between private practice and working for other people. So you've been in private practice now for how many years?
I'm going on year 3, and this is my second time in private practice. I've been in the mental health field for 14 years.
Fantastic. So you know your stuff, you know exactly what's going on. But when you came to me, you actually were very stuck because you had worked with other coaches and nothing was working for you. So we've teamed up and we've been working on a lot of really amazing tools for therapists and coaches so then they can actually automate their business because it's worked for you as well and many other people that we've worked with already. I want to touch on something because you said it at the start. You said that a lot of therapists probably don't understand the term leaky bucket. And what I want to add to that is every single coach and therapist that comes to me when they start working with me, I get this all the time from people, is that they come to me and they say, hey, help me get more clients. I don't have enough clients. I'm not making enough money. And then it's always, hang on a second, maybe you're leaving money on the table and maybe there's actually easy ways that you don't have to get more new clients. Maybe you can actually make up some of that money with the clients that you already have or people that you already know or leads that you already have in your system. So let's get into it because I want you to touch on, I think a lot of people are going to be stuck right now thinking, I don't understand. I don't know what you're actually talking about. But let's go through a couple of the automations that you've created that anyone who's not techie, do not get freaked out by this because what you've done is actually made it really simple for therapists and coaches.
Yes, 100%. With the automations, it's intended to free up your life where you can just click a button and forget about it. That way, the system takes care of things for you with your caseload today or working with any customers. Trust is the highest need for clients more than ever. These automations are intended to boost trust, boost retention, and help sustain your income. I have created so many automations, but we're just going to touch on 3 today. Okay, so for example, I've got a happy birthday automation where the client gets a happy birthday email from you. And I thought that was always nice from like the dentist or doctor's office, wherever, because then once you see that in your inbox, you're like, oh, I need to make an appointment with them. But even after they are a graduated client, you're still finding a way to be top of mind, especially on a day that is special to them. Roadblocks I was having before, like for example with Flowdesk, that is not HIPAA compliant. You can't store a client's birthday in there. Anyhow, all you have to do is go into PowerZone, put in the client's date of birth in their client profile, and that's it. It's already activated where they get that email on their birthday. The other automation that I love is honestly the missed appointment because in all reality, it's awkward when people no show an appointment. Now, to be honest, my no shows hardly ever happen. People are already invested in the process, which is fantastic. And I was just telling Caroline of how my caseload dramatically changed since working with her. Like, I've attracted all the people who are invested in the therapy process. But anyway, let's say you have a no show. Those types of conversations, it gets very touchy with therapists, especially. Do I charge my no show fee or not? And yes, you do. And you can do this in a way that is automated where it's not stressful for you, but it is enforcing your boundaries. What happens is you mark on the appointment status itself no show. And what it does, it sends out a couple of emails like, oops, you missed the appointment. Here's the invoice, and the invoice is automatically created for you with your no show fee. They get that email, and then a few more follow up emails about rebooking, looking forward to continuing our work together. By you reaching out and nurturing them, that can warm them back up because these are already warm leads. These are already people who have bought from you before. So having this automation is going to make it that much easier for them to buy from you again. Speaking of like a third automation, with the clients who ghost you, and it happens, y'all. Like someone says, hey, I'll book my next appointment after I double check my calendar. And then a couple weeks go by and you're like, huh, haven't heard from her in a while. This is a way that it can automatically track who hasn't been in your office and send them a friendly reminder that's, hey, you're overdue for an appointment. Here's the booking link. It's another way that you don't have to keep manual tabs on your clients or your caseload. Like, truly a set it and forget it type of thing. I don't know how else to say it, but just systematized to where you can't break it. All you need to do is just click the status of the appointment. The system will automatically detect if they've been in for an appointment within the previous 30 days or what have you.
Whatever you set it to. So you can set it to 14 days, you can set it to 30 or 90 days, whatever you want to do. Let's say those three automations. Like you said, you've built out lots of them. Let's say those three, for example. And you didn't even touch on the new client automation. You've got lots of amazing ones. So we've only touched on three today, and we're going to do other videos talking about the other ones as well. But those three automations, for example, how long would it take someone to set that up themselves? We've got it all in the system. So PowerZone platform already has it when people sign up for the 30-day trial. So they can try this out completely for free. What would it take them to do from scratch? Let's say they have no tech experience. They have no idea what they're doing. They find all of these different platforms really confusing. How long would it take them for them to turn these on from the start until they turn on the automations?
Honestly, couple of minutes
Yeah.
because as long as you can maybe look at your Simple Practice account and transfer over their name, and it's all HIPAA compliant. That's the most important part. Huge because Flowdesk is not HIPAA compliant, HubSpot not HIPAA compliant. So no matter what other solutions you're looking at for email marketing or sending your clients quizzes or whatever, like you're just not going to find another system like this that covers so much.
The problem with, say, for example, Simple Practice, you're very stuck in a box of how many emails you can send, what sort of emails you can send. We have the ability to create any sort of customization. If someone comes up with a different customization for a therapist or a coach that you haven't already created, I'm going to be very shocked because I think you already built them all out. But let's say someone wants something different, the opportunities are endless, and we can add different sorts of platforms into the system, and then people can have all sorts of automations in there. But you've built out all the main ones, and that means that you're not limited by things like the happy birthday automation or the different invoicing systems. We have everything built into one. So their, for example, their logo, they add their name, they add their type of business in there, and then all they have to do is push on, and that automation is all set up. And then once the person's email address comes in, then it goes out. So within a couple of minutes, they can have the automation turned on because you've already built out everything.
Yes, and just another side note, I've built automations for your social media accounts. So if someone
Mm.
comments a certain word, then you can literally from this Power Zone platform DM them. So there are so many ways to fix your leaky bucket and so many automations. Like we just touched on the top three. Caroline, you've got all of those tutorials and demo videos in there. And I'm always happy to jump on a demo call or do my own loom for someone. But the other way they could set this up, like super duper quick, is let's say you do have simple practice, you can do the data export of the contacts only, and then you can import that into Power Zone, drag and
Yeah.
drop.
So, what do you think if someone's thinking about using the platform? What would be a case study for someone that you do believe should be using these sort of automations? So, let's say someone's watching this video and they're saying, okay, this sounds really interesting, but am I the right person to be using these automations? Like, who should be using them in the first place?
Any type of therapy practice, coaching business, entrepreneur, small business owner, if you have your own business, this is your platform that you need to use. You're probably sitting there thinking, I need more leads, and maybe you're not making the money that you hope to be making. Having the system for any small business owner of any kind, this is going to be a huge asset for you. Because I even think about fitness trainers. Like, you have to be present online and you have to nurture your audience and you have to build their trust. There's so many automations within the Power Zone, especially for therapists and coaches, that I think we've plugged all the leaky holes in your bucket.
Yeah, and we do have quite a few fitness coaches in the system as well. It's really any sort of coach. And I think the reason why I really like to specialize in coaches and therapists is because I think a lot of therapists in this day and age, you're one of them. I work with a lot of people like you who not only work as a therapist, but they have part of their business as coaching. So then they're able to bring in more income without having to do the hours. And we talk about that in other videos as well. But every hour you work with an actual patient, you've got a lot of things in the back end that you have to do normally. And when you're using all these different platforms and you're trying to do admin, you're trying to do your marketing, you're trying to do all these other things for your business, by the time you've done your 15 clients a week, that's 15 hours that you've taken up. You've then got to take time to write your notes. When you're a mum and you're in a situation where you want to actually have time, like I know you spend time going to the swimming pool with your kids, you want to spend time with your kids, you've got a lot of sports stuff going on. There is
Yes,
no way you would be able to run your business and do everything else that you're doing at the same time. There just wouldn't be enough hours in the day. You also want to take care of your fitness. And you and I are the same like that. Like fitness comes into it. I don't want to be the person who has the excuse of, oh, I don't have time to do my fitness routine. I don't have time to play with my kids, or I don't have time to look after myself. Because at the end of the day, we only have one life. And if we're spending our life doing things like worrying about admin that can be all automated, or marketing that we can now automate so much of it. I think the only marketing that you should be doing with social media is the last part of the conversation with people where you're actually having that personalized conversation. All the other part, you've got a bot that does this specifically, but having the ability to fix the leaky bucket, to make sure that you've got your leads coming in a smooth way is so important because we need that time to be doing other things. And it means in your case, you can take on more patients if you want to, building out your group coaching programs. So you don't have to be doing all your time with one on one and you can be making money other places as well. Or you can be
right.
creating, like we're doing now, we're creating a whole new part of your business to make sure that we get in front of the people that we want to get in front of and work with the people that we want to work with, not spending time on things like admin and marketing. I'm a marketing expert and I try to do as less marketing as I can because I want to spend time working with my actual clients rather than doing the actual admin part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, and what I love is that I can truly step away from my sessions and the system just takes care of things. So, especially like when you go on vacation and you come back and you've got 2 new consults booked and you didn't have to lift a finger.
Yeah, I love it. So I want to let everyone know they can sign up for the Power Zone platform using your particular link, and the link is in the bio, and that gives them 30 days free trial. Normally it's 14 days, so an extra 2 weeks there, no cost, and they get to try everything out for free, and they get to see exactly what we have in the back end. The other thing that people should be looking at is just in general, we have a members area where we have a lot of really great tools and tips and tricks because things like the emails, you've built everything into the system, but you've got it generalized for coaches and therapists. But if people want to get really clear on their particular message to their audience, that's one area. And we've got another video that we're going to be doing about that. So please look out for the other videos in this playlist. What we talk about is making sure you understand your client. And that is really the core of you've got your leads coming in. But if those leads don't really understand who you are and what you're actually offering, then that's why a lot of them drop off. I think, Erin, you touched on that already, that you've done so many things in your business that have closed all those gaps that people are not falling off the face of the earth anymore because you're able to explain to them exactly what they get when they work with you. And then they really want to work with you because you're very clear on what you offer.
Thank you. Speaking of walking away from your computer in the next training, we're going to talk even more systems that help book clients while you're off the clock. So it truly works. And I'm so excited to share it with everybody.
Fantastic. So, everyone who's watching, please go and download the free trial, download access into our members area, and keep watching the other videos because we have lots and lots to share with you today and in the future. Thank you.